Hello everybody, welcome to Weighted to Win this weekend, Saturday, first Saturday of 2025. Happy New Year to all of you. If you haven't heard from us and wishing you Happy New Year, well, we do. Good health and lots of blessings in the year ahead. Daryl Marie is with me in the studio and we're going to talk about the big one, the Lormerons King's Play today, and the rest of the Hollywood Best Kenilworth meeting. We're starting up with race number 2, which is a Cape B Stakes, and I'll pull the betting up that Betway have put up for us. And they've got that horse favourite, Candice Bass-Robinson, got Tenango in here at 22-10 on Friday morning. Number 4, Kelp Forest, second choice at 15-4. 3, Cork Bay is 8-1. And number 2, Handsome Prince, is priced up at 10-1. Lots of racing ahead. Some nice quality racing we look forward to. And some quality winners maybe.
What a meeting to come back to, Clyde.
Yes.
How was your festive period?
Yes, very quiet, very happy. Thank you. And you?
It's great to be back.
Great to be
Let's
back.
hope we
Welcome
can
back.
Tip a few winners.
Yeah, get us off to a good start,
opening leg
please.
of the bipod, Clyde, I've played safe. I know the market indicates it's going to be a 2-horse race, but I think it's wider than that. I've included numbers 2, 3, 4, and 13. Start with number 2, Handsome Prince. I liked his penultimate start. He came under pressure and he rallied late. And then last time out, they tried him over 1200 with blinkers. It had a negative effect on him. You can see they've removed them immediately. I would have preferred a 1200, but I think he's going to be competitive. Cork Bay, what a lovely son of Rafif, or by Rafif. I mean, his 2 runs since being gelded have been very impressive. Last time beaten by a nice improving sorts himself. 54 to shoulder, could be ahead of the handicapper despite his latest penalty. Kelp Forest won with a ton in hand last time out. It was an experiment. They brought him back in trip to 1000, put a set of blinkers on him, and he absolutely cruised to victory. Never in doubt. Same track and trip, blinkers stay on, he could go back to back. And then the current favourite, Tenango, my concern with him is he's drawn towards the outside. I'm worried about that outside draw. But his 2 runs since been, I think he had a throat operation or a procedure. Since that procedure and since returning from a layoff have been outstanding. Last time out, he would have been a winner within another stride. So he's an obvious selection. I just think he's short in the market because he needs some luck from that draw. Yeah, so if we double up, I'll be more than happy.
Okay. Well, there's a bipod. It's widely spread. Challenging racing today?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, that bipod will double up a few times, get through it, 576 a pop. Now we move on to the third race on the card, the Franschhoek Motor Museum Winchester Sprint Cup. It's over 1,000 metres, and note that Betway's market Friday morning, I got Lion Rampant, number 10 on the card, is favourite at 3-1. Second choice, Candice Bass-Robinson's Kai Boy, number 4, is the 4-1 second choice. And number 1, Questioning Marshall, Vaughan Marshall's other runner, is at 9-2. So of the top 3, Vaughan Marshall's got 2 out of 3 that are with the top bunch in terms of the market. Daryl Marie, let's talk about Lion Rampant. When he won, I thought he won impressively.
Yes, that was his second run after arrest. I'm a little bit concerned about the drop to 1,000. I think he's slightly better over 1,200. Yeah, he must have a chance. And what's interesting of here is Richard's ridden a few of these horses in the past. I don't know if he had the choice of rides between Lion Rampart and Mo Capitano and a few others. But he has decided to stick with Lion Rampart. But Clyde, I believe Cowboy with a 3 kg swing in his favour and the 1,000 metres and the tongue tie, Cowboy is going to reverse that form. I think he's a lovely sort. I think he's going to go through the divisions. He'll end up winning something decent. So he's my top selection, the 3-year-old number 4 Cowboy. Of the older horses, I've backed him up with Mo Capitano. Now, last time out, I don't think things panned out for him. He was drawn towards the outside. The going was all focused towards the inside on that occasion. You can see in his penultimate start, Clyde, when he ran behind Ziyasha in the WSB Bantry Stakes, that was still being used as a prep, and it was a cracking effort. In that race, we a few lengths behind him was Outlaw King. And obviously he was well beaten by Outlaw King. So you can see that wasn't his run whatsoever. Grant gets a great tune out of him. So I think he's going to be right there when the chips are down. Grant's never actually missed the board with him. So 4 and 5, I believe, well, they are my top 2 selections. The race certainly doesn't stop there. If you're playing trifectas and quartets, please have a look at the other 3-year-old number 12, Roman Agent. He's as much as 6 kgs better off with Lion Rampart and maybe can fill the back end of the trifecta. But yes, I think Cowboy, I nearly banked him in all my bets, but I do believe we got solid backup in number 5, Mo Capitano.
Okay. Well, Mo Capitano's 10 to 1 at the moment, and Daryl's got that in the place accumulator backing Cowboy. No room for Lion Rampart in his PA, and he's gone horses every other leg, as you can see, at 288 Rand per. All right, 5 million rands on the line now. 5 million. They're anticipating the pick 6 to be, because there's a £1 million carryover. I'm sure you want some of that, don't you? Yeah, so do we. So Daryl's worked one out for us in the Cartier Stakes, and this morning's market, Friday morning's market, Betway had top of the boards. That was Gimme's Countess at 18 to 10. Number 8 on the card, Dean Canemare's runner. For Asia Pambile, for Gareth Van Zyl is 33 to 10. Second favourite. And then you can get 5 to 1 about 5, Symphony in White. And Gaynor Rupert's got another year, 11, Summer Lily, who is at 7 to 1. Daryl, Dean, when you listen to Dean Canemae talk about Gimme's Countess, you banker this in the pick 6 after listening to him.
Where did you hear him?
I heard him on social media.
Okay.
And he said very, very, very well, this horse. Very well.
She's top class and undoubtedly better than her recent form. She's just had horrible draws to contend with, which has forced her to be out of her ground, turning for home. Back up the straight, Clyde. She shouldn't be out of her ground this time around, and she's got a devastating turn of foot. She can certainly run them down. If you like her chances, it's hard to ignore Symphony in White's chances. I mean, all 3 occasions that they've bumped, Symphony in White has beaten her. So she was also better than her later starts. She was doing it too hard. Back up the straight over a course and distance, she's very effective over. You can't ignore her chances. She has to go into your perm. And then the mare, Asia Pambile, currently the joint best weighted, she's just had an outstanding prep going into this race. Now, if you go back to the laissez-faire run, on a line through Summer Lily, she's certainly going to be the one to beat. But on their last starts, what was it? The Southern Cross, WSB Southern Cross. There shouldn't be much separating Gimme's Countess and Symphony in White with Asia Pambile. So I've played the safe route. I've gone 4, 5, and 8, all in the pick 6. I do believe we'll get through. Okay,
here's the pick 6, 4, 5, and 8. By 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. By 3, 7, 8. By 5, 10, 13. By 4, 6, and 7. By 6, 10, and 15. Race number 5, the Anthony Rupert Wine Premier Trophy. It's a grade 2 over 1,800 meters. And let's take a look at the Friday morning market as to what was going on. They bet 5 to 1 the field here. So open race, a lot of horses with chances. I'll just give you the top 3 or 4. Number 6 Rascallion, top of the boards, 5 to 1. 3 Triple Time is trading 11 to 2. 8 Zapatilis is trading 11 to 2. And 7 Future Swing is trading at 8 to 1. 10 to 1 and better about the balance. So the market recommending open and go as many as you want. I don't know, Daryl, what do you think? I see best weighted horse is Rascallion in the race. And he's got ability, no doubt. He's certainly got a serious claim, but there are lots of others that have got claims, yeah?
Yes, if you have a look at the best weighted column, it indicates that Rascallion is going to be the right one. However, Clyde, he comes with his issues. If Mr. Marshall's got him moving well and he is in a good space, which I don't doubt, he could certainly confirm the form. He should on paper because he beat Zapatilis and he's a kilogram better off. But like I say, we all know he has got his issues. So I respect his chances. On paper, he's certainly the horse to beat. Zapatilis shouldn't be too far off. I mean, I do have a little bit of a question mark about the Cape Mile form, because I think there were 4 or 5 horses within a half a length of each other at the line. I don't think the horses out at the weights can be ignored over here. The likes of Triple Time, Future Swing, Magic Verse, Rapidash. I mean, on paper, they've got it all to do, but I actually think they're more than capable of being competitive. Now, Triple Time, very promising return. I think he was off for close on 7 months in his penultimate start. And then you can just see that wasn't his run last time out. Second run off the left, I think, let's hope that was the reason, because he needs to confirm that he's better than that. Future Swing, a lovely sort. Unfortunately, he only got going very late. I don't think he had the clearest of passages. He's gonna be right there when the chips are down. I like his chances. At the weights, a lot to do, but he's a very nice sport. Rapidash, back on the summer track. I think he can unwind late and get there in time. And then don't ignore Magic Verse, like I say, hopelessly out at the weights, but he's improving. So I think it's more open than what the best weighted column suggests. I think Triple Time, if I was nailing my colours to the mast, will be the leading light for me.
Okay, we got a jackpot to take, and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 is the start of the jackpot. Let's load them up and go. Race number 6 on the card is the Cartier Stakes. It's a weight for age event. It's a Group 1 over 1,800 meters and double Grand Slam together with Red Palace and Raskova. They are the best weighted in this particular event. The morning market on Friday showed that double Grand Slam, number 8 on the card, tops the boards at 28-10. 3-1 second favourite, about 7 Red Palace, having her first run for the Dean Cannemeyer stable. 3 Sarkis, the next best, at 6-1. And 8-1 about the 12 Silver Sanctuary for the Michael de Kock stable. And the moment Mike saw he had a gap to use Oisin Murphy, he's done so, because Richard Fourie obviously will get the ride for or on double Grand Slam. But Oisin Murphy's on Silver Sanctuary. We might have some sort of squeak here.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be shocked to see her feature. Doesn't form part of my play though, Clyde.
Okay.
Now, double Grand Slam, I mean, we know what she's all about. It's just the 1,800 meters. I mean, personally, I don't foresee any issues. The way she quickened up last time out and the fact that she's strengthening as a 4-year-old, I believe it's within her reach and scope. So she must be a huge runner here. She's had a great prep leading into this race. However, Red Palace on her penultimate start, we were all in shock in the manner in which she disposed of double Grand Slam. And then she let the side down last time out in the Summer Bowl. I don't know what the reason was for that run, but if she can reproduce anything similar to a penultimate victory, it's hard to ignore her chances. Once again, we know she's got the ability. Back in third has to be Sarki. Now, very disappointing last time out. I mean, she was backed as if the result was known. On paper, she was an absolute penalty kick. But how on earth could she have finished last? 505 in that lineup. In her penultimate start, in the Summer Bowl. That was her first run after rest 2. And she caught the eye in the latter stages. She's way, way better than that effort, Clyde. I'm not ignoring her chances whatsoever. You will see her compete the finish, in my opinion. So yes, 3, 7, and 8. Very hard to separate them. I want to see them fight it out.
Yeah.
And those are the 3 I'm focusing on.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. We look forward to watching it. There's the jackpot for you, ladies and gents. Your next jackpot opportunity. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at our next event, the Lormeran's King's Plate. It's a Group 1 and it's over the 1,600 meters. It's always one of the special mile races here in South Africa, and Lormeran have put their name to it for many, many years now. Well, the market showing that One Stripe, our Guineas winner, priced up at 2-1. That's number 5 on the card. Second choice, number 3, Oriental Charm, who's the current favourite in the World Sports Betting, met as 9-2 here. Number 13, Snow Pilot, who's got a draw to contend with, is 9-2 third choice. And Rachel Veniker's chance to show See It Again's ability, number 8 on the card, is priced up at 6-1. It's 10-1 and better about the balance of the runners in the race, and has attracted a high quality field, as does the King's Plate every single year. Interesting to see One Stripe. Vaughan Marshall was saying it's unlike him to run guineas straight into King's Plate. That, you know, but when they've got a good horse as this, as good a horse as this, you know, you're not going to want to sit on your hands.
Yeah, Clyde, wouldn't we all want to see him win? Maybe not the bookmakers, but every punter out there wants to see champions, and he on what he's shown today, Clyde, he's really been special. I mean, the only run, barring his debut, has been sensational. Like I said, he's run even to Snow Pilot when returning after a layoff. I mean, on that occasion, Clyde, he gave him a kilogram. On paper, he's 6 kilograms better off
And Snow Pilot.
with Snow Pilot. What's interesting, though, is 8 on 18, who Richard Fourie has partnered in his recent starts, was nominated for the King's Plate. And before he had accepted, Richard was confirmed on Snow Pilot, whether accepted or not. So I think Richard Fourie is more than happy with his mount.
Sure.
I know on paper he's got a lot to do, but, you know, when returning from a layoff in that start behind, when he got the better of One Stripe, Justin Snaith made it clear that this horse is heavily overweight and would be desperately in need of that start. He's had a great prep going into the King's Plate. I'm not really concerned about his draw. He's got so much natural pace. He will overcome it. Maybe a horse like Montien will give him a little bit of cheek, but I don't think they'll be cutting throats. I think Snow Pilot will get to the front and just use that stride of his. Like I say, he's super fit now. So I think they are going to fight it out, himself and One Stripe. But if you want to go further, you need to include a horse like Gimme a Prince. Now, last time out, he was tried over the mile with this race in mind, and he was still using it as a prep. I know he's earned his rating of a 1200, Clyde, but he is a top class individual himself, and with the pace being genuine, he will be flashing up late. He's got a lovely turn of foot. I mean, he's run some crackers over 17 or 7 furlongs, 1400 meters. If he can get a smooth running transit, I do believe he'll finish in the trifecta position. So yes, 5 and 13 are the top two in my mind to fight it out. I will be focusing on the trifecta myself by including number 10.
Yeah, and he is one of the better weighted horses in the best weighted column. So 5, 10 and 13 for Daryl in his pick 3. The next race 4, 6 and 7, and the last race 6, 10 and 15. Race 8 is the Chairman's Cup. It's over 2,500 metres. It's the Glorious Goodwood Chairman's Cup, where Lormeron play a big role as well at Glorious Goodwood. And in this particular event, let's see what Betway are doing from a market perspective on the Friday morning. They've got the favourite as number 7 on the card, Dymo, and that's priced up at 7-2. So they tend to make it an open race because you've got 4-1 about 6. Love is a Rose, who's strongly fancied, and she does have a heart of a lion. 11, Holding Thumbs, the third choice, priced up at 5-1, and 6-1 about number 4, Navy Strength. You can get 7, 8-1 and better about the balance. Tricky race. I'm not sure where you land up here. Who have you ended up on?
I loved what I saw in Damio's last start. You know, Joshua got to the front. He had no weight on his back, 50 kilograms. He controlled the pace up front, and although Love is a Rose got within a length and a quarter of him, I believe even if they went another 200 meters, he would have held her at bay. I love the fact that it's now on the summer track for him, Clyde. I think that's going to be more suitable. And Joshua knows him, same weight to shoulder. I don't think he's going to be challenged for the lead up front, so he should really get it all his own way. And he's gutsy. He's improving, and he's got a future, this horse. I like him. So he is my number one choice. You have to respect Love is a Rose. If you have a look at the best weighted column, she comes up trumps, and she's as honest as the day is long. On paper, there isn't much separating herself and Damio. I just think that Damio's got a little bit more scope for improvement at this stage of their careers. A horse I'm not totally ignoring is number 4, Navy Strength. Now, on paper, he's well held by a few in his last encounter. But, Clyde, I might just add that I don't believe that race was really run to suit him. Coming into the straight, other horses quick and much better off a slow pace, and he stayed on stoutly. I liked his turn of foot in his penultimate starts, and if there's going to be one in the pack that could potentially spring a bit of a surprise, I believe number 4, Navy Strength, could be the one. But yes, in order, I'm going 7, 6, 4.
Okay, there's what the last double looks like of the day, and 7 being the first choice, but 4, 6, 7 by 6, 10 and 15. 9th race on the card, a Case of You Middle Stakes, 1400 meters. And let's take a look at the market for the last race from courtesy of Betway. 2-1 favourite, number 15 Garrix for Pitt Steyn, Albert Steyn, Richard Ferree. Listening to them, Garrix got a big chance. 6 Let It Be Said is the second choice at 5-1, and 7-1 about number 2 Tiniaqua, who's 7-1, 11-1, and better about the balance. You like this horse, Garrix?
Sure.
Big runner.
Been very, very impressed with his 3 starts to date. Now,
Yes,
Clyde,
yes.
you have to go back to the maiden run when Let It Be Said beat him on that occasion. I think Let It Be Said was having his 4th start, and Garrix was making his debut at Durbanville. And Garrix flashed up late, and you can see that although Let It Be Said is 1.5 kilos better off, Garrix obviously was making his debut and has improved substantially since then. What I do want to add is Let It Be Said has also improved, because since then he's been gelded, and look at his last 2 starts. They've been crackers. So although I do believe Garrix has got possibly a brighter future ahead of him, Let It Be Said can't be ignored, because he's had a great prep going into this, and he's got a more favorable draw. Now, all hinges on what how the race pans out for Garrix. I think Richard has no choice but to drop him out. We know he's got the turn of foot to pick them up, and how far back is he going to turn for home? If they push forward with him, will he possess that same turn of foot in the latter stages? I don't think they want to change a winning recipe at this stage. So he'll be given a chance, and it's the summer track. He's got a longer run in to run them down. So he's a lovely sort in the making, but I'm not ignoring Let It Be Said.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Then Let It Be Said should really reverse the form with Otaniqua. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he's 5.5 kilograms better off for a length beating. So on paper, he has to reverse that form. My sneaker in the pack of here is number 10, Please Be True. He's the lovely son by One World. Last time out, over the 1200, up the straight, it was his first run as a gelding. Yes, he could have finished a length closer, but that was over a distance short of his best. You know, I think he's a half brother to Hold My Hand, the grade 1. She placed in a grade 1, and she won over 2,000 meters. So the 1400 might still be on the short side for him, but watch him when he steps over a mile and further. I'm going to be focusing on him for my trifectas and quartets. Number 10, Please Be True.
Okay, 10, Please Be True, not to be left out of the play either in the 9th and final race. And at the moment, Friday morning, Please Be True's 20-1 and 3-1 a place. That takes care of Betway's Weighted to Win preview of the Lormaron Kings Plate Race Day.